Hello, great people. Contrary to earlier media reports that the Minister of FCT collapsed during a meeting in Abuja and he was airlifted to France, well, I have good news for you. The Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, is alive. In a moment, I'll leave you to watch the video of where Nyesom Wike led a delegation of who is who in Abuja, comprising the political elite, the religious elite, the traditional elite, and also the professional ruling elite in Abuja to pay homage, Salah homage, and of course, birthday greetings to Mr. President. Then when we come back, we'll be looking at the associated issues. Why do people want Wike dead? Why was Wike declared dead? Why are people rejoicing? If Wike had died, what would have happened? And what are the lessons that Nyesom Wike could learn from all this? We'll be dissecting all this and a whole lot more on this episode with your sure plug, Dr. Omosholadiji. First, let us go and watch the video of Nyesom Wike where he was present sitting beside the president. Then we come back for some great discussion. Let's watch it.
The NSA and the Minister of Information can join the picture. The Minister of Information and the NSA can join the photo. And deep appreciation that we, the residents and leadership of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, have the privilege to visit Your Excellency today on the auspicious occasion of Eid-el-Fitr. We congratulate you and the Muslim Ummah on the completion of 30 days of fasting, prayers, sacrifice, and supplications to Almighty Allah.
There you have it. You just watched a video of the Minister of FCT leading a delegation to pay birthday homage and Ramadan homage to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some of you are disputing the authenticity of this video, but I can tell you that this video is real because there have been media reports by the mainstream media as regards Nyesom Wike's presence. So if you are still thinking that the video you just watched is fake, then that means that you are one of those people that truly want Nyesom Wike dead. But what are the things that Nyesom Wike can learn from it? I had an earlier video when Nyesom Wike was when the news broke out that Nyesom Wike collapsed and he was flown to France. I made some assertion in that video, but I think in the light of this, I need to make some more assertion that will be relevant to Nyesom Wike. Now, you see, this death rumor should bring Nyesom Wike one thing, which is a sober reflection. Because if Nyesom Wike are that, you see, it is not everybody that usually have the opportunity to kind of like witness how how people will react when they are gone, what public perception will be, especially if you are a superstar, a celebrity, or kind of like a popular figure. You may not have had the opportunity for you to know how people will react, what the public perception will be when you are gone. But Nyesom Wike has beat other Nigerians in that regard because he has had a clear view of what life would be when he is dead. And that itself should bring him a sober reflection based on what people are saying about him, based on how some people are rejoicing. The general public perception, I think, should put Nyesom Wike in a sober mood. And I think that it should also teach Nyesom Wike about the transiency of power and life itself. It shows that all man is going to die. You cannot be in power forever. So that means that this death rumor, this death scenario that was painted, by the people should teach Nyesom Wike something, and she should give him a sober reflection, and it should make him to mend his ways with him and his creator, because every day we all move closer to our grave. Now, back to the Nigerian people. There's something I found funny and interesting about the whole Wike death rumor, which is that Nigerians want their politicians dead instead of protesting for change, instead of going all out to be able to uproot these people. Nigerians would rather retreat to their enclave and will now be wishing the politicians dead. Nigerians will just think that, well, Nigeria will be imagining in their mind that, oh, maybe, tomorrow, if it is possible, or the president or the governor, maybe they shouldn't just wake up. Maybe they should just die in plane crash. Nigeria have this kind of like strange thinking. But what I can say is that God can do all things, but God will not do everything. So if you want your politicians to die rather than protesting for change, rather than, participating in election and defending your vote, rather than speaking out in the 30 days run challenge and participate in any public activity that will bring about change, rather than holding your public officials to account, then God will not do that work for you. Because in a democracy where you have the power to vote and be voted for, you may want to say that, okay, our electoral system is not credible, so your vote will not count. But the question is, have you put in your best? If you do not put your best, and you are now, pushing the responsibility to God to kill your leaders, the truth is, God will not kill those leaders. And the thing is that if you look at it, I think our elderly people usually say that the strange thing about life is that good people are the people that usually die quick, and wicked people sometimes live long. So if Nyesom Wike enjoys the grace of God and he now lives long, so that means that if you don't take the bull by the horn to see how you can uproot his godfatherism tendencies by fire by force, then you have to live with him for many more years as God wishes. So, but one thing that we need to look at is, if Nyesom Wike had died, what would have happened? Well, I can tell you that if Nyesom Wike had died, Nigeria would have moved on. That's the truth. Nigeria would have moved on if he had died. In fact, if anybody dies in Nigeria, the constitution has provided a room for continuity. And that's why we political scientists usually say that the state is higher than the citizen. The country is higher than the citizen. The office of the president, the office of the governor is higher than whoever occupies it, because human being will come and go, but the state will remain. And that is why you must not ruin an institution because of an individual. So if Nyesom Wike have died, Nigeria would have moved on. Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have appointed another FCT Minister, and it is a lesson for Nyesom Wike that at the end of the day, nothing would have been buried with him. Rivers State won't be buried with him. All the money that he has acquired won't be buried with him. His certificate and degrees won't be buried with him. His wife and children won't be buried with him. He will just be there in a coffin, and that is the end of it. And the way Nigerians move on very fast, the way Nigerians move on so fast, you would think that Nigerians will not exist without you. When people are benefiting from you, when people are profiting from you, they will give you like a godlike image. So much so that if you are not knowledgeable, you think maybe these people cannot survive without you. But the truth is that the way Nigerians move on fast is quite alarming. And you may want to ask yourself, where is MK Abiola today? Where is he? He's gone. Nigerians have moved on. And some Nigerians, even some of MK Abiola's associates, went to dine with people that that was responsible for his death. And you may want to ask yourself again, where is the former president Yar'Adua? Despite the fact that Yar'Adua was the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, he died with Nigeria's power. Nigeria's power was in his hands, and he died. And guess what? He didn't go with the power, and he died. Nigeria had moved on since then. There's been a Goodluck Jonathan, there's been a Buhari, there is a Tinubu now, and whether 2027 or 2031, there would be another president. And as so long as God tarries in his coming, whether 2020, whether 2027, 2031, in fact, in the next 100 years, Nigeria will always have president or head of state, as the case may be at any point in time. And Nyesom Wike should have a reflection that why is it that every available opportunity, there's usually a kind of like a spin negative news about him. You will recall that when Nyesom Wike traveled to Italy recently, news just broke out from nowhere that Nyesom Wike was arrested in Italy. So if you look at it, they say you were arrested in Italy, now they say you are dead. So why is it that it is only you? And that is why Nyesom Wike must sit down and reflect on his character. Nyesom Wike must sit down and reflect on his ways and begin to make amends between himself and the people, his associate, political associate, professional associate, friends and family, and ultimately God. That is the advice that I can give Nyesom Wike. And if you look at it generally, Nyesom Wike apparently appears to be a good husband because he has kept his wife for so many years, who happens to be a judge of the appeal court. Nyesom Wike apparently appears to be a good father because he has children, and from the information in public domain, he has good relationship with his children. Nyesom Wike may be a good friend to some people, but one thing that I can say from my assessment as a political scientist, is that Nyesom Wike is not a good presidential material. And I say that with all sense of responsibility, because the way Nyesom Wike has conducted himself, and the way he's conducted himself, whereby he lacks decorum, he lacks temperament, he speaks uncourtly, he has become an ingrate to some of the people that helped him to power. His high-handedness and never let go spirit of being the political godfather of River State, these are not presidential traits, or should I say these are not good presidential traits. So to me, Nyesom Wike may be everything good, but definitely not a good presidential material. But I wish him long life, and I wish him long life and prosperity, and I wish him the best that life can offer. But in all he does, he should always remember that power is transcendent. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omosholadiji. Do want to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course I have great interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.